Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
And hello and welcome to episode 227 of On the Bench, the podcast for scale modelers by scale modelers, all about scale models. And this episode is being brought to you by our latest Patreon supporters, Mark Casilia and Mark Johnson. You too can be just like these fine gentlemen and help support the show. Simply go to www.patreon.com/onthebench and pledge any amount from as little as $1 per month. Every fully paid Patreon supporter gets an OTB sticker and, of course, goes into the draw for a fantastic Patreon Wheel of Fortune prize. We're very grateful for all the support that we get from all of our Patreon supporters, as it helps us with our hosting and production costs. Speaking of sponsors, let's have a listen to our major sponsor, which is the Scale Model Supply.
Are you looking for top quality paints for your next project? Then look no further than the Scale Modeler Supply. Hi, I'm Scott, and as a passionate modeler myself, I've spent years creating the SMS product range, designing them specifically with a scale modeler in mind. We've worked extensively to develop our acrylic lacquer paint range to not only be airbrush ready straight out of the bottle, but also to be very easy to use so that anyone of any skill level can create professional results with minimal effort. Just give the bottle a good shake, pour into your airbrush and spray at 15 psi. So dive into your next project with confidence, knowing that you're backed by one of the finest hobby paints on the market. Head over to our website scalemodeler.com.au to check out our full range and to find your closest retailer.
And welcome to the show. In the studio, I've got Ian.
G'day Dave, g'day Julian, g'day everyone else.
And Julian.
Yes, it's good morning.
Gentlemen, how are we?
Yeah, good, thanks.
I'm good.
That's it? Just good? Nothing?
Yeah.
Well, I've been working on things.
Oh, glad someone knows.
Oh, I've been working on things too. I had to go to the doctor's and had my beauty resume upgraded.
Your what?
You went for plastic surgery?
Well, close. I had some.
Okay.
I had some skin tags to get rid of on my face.
Hey, right.
Skin tag. So
All right.
they froze them off. And,
Well, better that than, nasty spots.
that's right.
Yeah.
Cancer stuff. No.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, cancer stuff.
So that's me all sort of done and dusted. What else have I been doing?
Well, that's kind of the thing in Australia, isn't it? I mean, everyone knows someone who's, getting moles and things dug
cut
out.
off, yeah.
Yeah. Such is the life of the sunny country.
It is. Modelling wise, I have been. I got bought some models from a deceased estate, so I got a whole heap of Horizon rockets. Got about 4 of them.
Nice.
Got an old Airfix Sterling, which I plan to build one day, and a couple of other little odds and sods. So I was really happy with that. Measure Cup, just still dragging along slowly.
It's only dragging you along because you're not doing anything.
Because I hate building it. It's just so.
Just get it over with.
I know.
You got your decals now, haven't you?
You could probably finish it in a couple. You could finish it in less than a week.
I could. In fact, I could probably finish it in about 3 or 4 days, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's just every time I look at it, sit down at a bench, it's there. I can't even do anything else in my build.
I know the feeling.
Because it's just sucking every ounce of modelling mojo energy out of me. I just hate it. And I feel sorry for all car modelers because putting up with
that's not a great model.
Well, I think it's a fairly equal representation of what car modelers have to deal with, and I have such a huge respect for car modelers now because these kits are crap.
Well, I can tell you it's crappier than anything I would put up with. Actually, that's not true. It would have been true generally speaking, but not recently speaking. So lately I've been building the Aston Martin,
Oh,
which,
yeah,
yeah.
The DB5,
5.
yep.
The James Bond car.
Yes.
But I'm not painting it in silver like James Bond.
Oh, you're going to go, oh, okay, what colour are you going?
Because I don't like silver.
Not grey, don't go grey, please.
No.
Don't go
I
grey.
did it in like a sort of silver blue.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a very sort of pale blue, like almost like a pale blue tint over like silver kind of looking. That's how it appears anyway.
Yeah.
And so I've done all my it took me a lot of time, a lot of puttying and a lot of sanding and a lot of using things like files to get the proper shape right and get it all flat so that it doesn't show up later.
What brand is it?
This is a Revel kit.
Oh, yep.
It's designed to be like the James Bond car with the pop-out panels and...
Oh, yeah, and the little machine guns. And
Yeah. So I've had to like correct a lot of things. So obviously there's the hole in the roof that I had to patch, right? Then there's the hole in the back where the bulletproof steel plate comes up.
Yep.
Then there's the front bumper. So the front bumper has that box where it's got the rotating
number plate. Yes.
number plates, right? And so I've had to. What I did is I got a piece of brass tube. I bridged it between the left and the right side, cut out the box, and then I've used epoxy putty to make up the center bit.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And then,
cool.
and then I also had to patch the hole in the rear, where it also had another rotating number plate, but at least it's inside the trunk.
Yes.
So I just sort of threw a piece of thick card in there and puttied it up, and I didn't have to be too fussy about it because as long as I put another number plate over the top,
Over the top, you won't see it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mind you, I did the proper job. It's actually pretty difficult to see where it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm at the moment I threw my second clear coat on the other night.
Nice.
Oh no, third I think.
Third coat.
Yeah, third coat, and then some polishing, some chroming, bits and pieces. I'm looking forward to when I've got the wheels chromed and I can see it looking like an Aston Martin.
Yep.
Anything else other than the car?
Well, there's the other things I bought. Like I brought in today. I forgot to bring it here into the room, but the resin conversion set that I got for some Gundam kits. I thought I'd bring that in for you guys to have a look.
How many Gundams are you building at the moment? Or
I'm not building any at the moment, but
future project.
In the stash, I've got 3.
Okay.
But there's one that I need to buy to match one of the conversion kits that I've bought, because it's easier to buy the kit than it is to buy the resin. So I bought the resin first. Can always get the kit later.
Right.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then I bought a small one because that's for Marissa's group build, the crossover group build,
Right.
where you sort of got to cross over 2 franchises.
Yes.
Sorry, it's called the wrong franchise group
Yeah.
build.
So what was it? What was your crossover again?
Well, I bought a Gundam, and then I'm going to cross it over with other things. So I've got 2 possible projects for that.
Which
Even though you only need one, but I
Yep.
bought one. I made it 2 because I don't know if the other one will make it in time. Because the kit for that gets released in January.
Right. And what's the crossover?
For that one, that'll be with Half-Life, the video game.
All right.
Oh, it's one of my favourite video games, Half-Life.
Yeah. So the kit comes with a, it's like robot-looking thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of its weapons is a crowbar. So I was going to do Gordon Freeman,
Yeah.
So I'd be painting his armor mostly I think it's like a yellow color with gray areas, and it's got the Half-Life symbol in the middle.
I nearly got a tattoo of that Half-Life symbol. I was that enamoured with the video
Oh, really?
game. Yeah, loved it.
Oh, that's pretty
Loved
hardcore.
it.
That's pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, guess so.
It's the reason why there's only like 2 Half-Life games, well, technically 3, but yeah, the reason why is because they only ever bring one out when they want to do something, when they think they can change the game.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't just bring them out because they want to bring out another game like other game studios.
I see.
Yeah. So there's that, and the other one that I bought, I sort of saw an idea for it. It's a very similar design, but it's got like these shoulder pads that have like these square lugs.
Mm-hmm.
No shoulder pads. I mean like shoulder armor that has these square lugs on it. And I thought,
Pauldrons.
yeah. And I thought if I can extend those out, I can make them look like like the two ends of like a magnet. You know, the classic U-shaped magnet. Yeah, because there's like a Pokemon that has that sort of a theme going on, and I could copy that.
Right. Very interesting.
Yeah, why not? And so I bought. I sort of measured it up when I got the kit, and I bought some 4mm square tube. It shouldn't be too hard to glue that on.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Low effort.
Yep.
Low effort modification. I'm not Brian from
small subjects.
No, not small subjects. Built Sideways.
Oh, Built
podcast.
Sideways. Sorry.
He does nothing but go off road. You know, he can't.
You gotta see what he's doing with the Mooseroos Cup. He's going nuts on it.
Yeah, I know. That's not the only thing he's working on either.
Oh no! Don't start me.
Don't start. Why?
Go on.
What do you mean?
Well, you're about to say, look, Brian can do it. He can build a team with
No. I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say that at all. No. So he was he's building a Dauntless for some other group build, among some other things. Yeah. A Dauntless.
Ian.
Yeah, I know. It's shocking. I'm not building.
Well, you don't have to build. You can just paint because you got figures, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, finding the time. That's the problem. Yeah. I'm just not finding the time. I'm just buying shit, that's all.
What have you bought? You were saying outside off air.
Hobby Boss has released the First World War British Monitor HMS Lord Clive.
Which I didn't know was even available for sale, so I was very excited to hear that.
Snap that up.
But you said it needs some changes.
It needs some changes.
Yep.
There's a few mistakes, and it's a bit. Some of the armament's a bit very vague.
So you were talking to
Bacon Bits,
about it, and he's gone and bought a whole heap of stuff.
Yeah, he's bought a whole heap of stuff. I was going to get a list off him for what he bought, so I can basically copy.
So the barrel is one of the main
yeah.
things.
And for some reason, they tell you to put this little tent thing on the top turret.
Well, hang on.
Which wasn't even on that ship.
No. But they do have canvases on the back.
Yeah,
so
but not that ship.
Oh, okay.
That particular ship, the Lord Clive did not have it.
Never had it during any time of its service because it's a lot of ships have they rig up a canvas awning over turrets or behind turrets for the crew in hot weather areas.
Yes, yeah. Well, Belgium's not really hot weather.
She only served in Belgium, though?
Off the coast of Belgium, to my knowledge, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll double-check the history of the ship just to make sure it didn't serve elsewhere.
So I got that, picked up the Edward Heavy Retro Kawasaki Key 115 Tsurugi kamikaze plane.
Right.
And a ton of accessories for me B-25s. So lots of Edward photo etch, resin wheels, quick boost engine cowls, which actually have the exhaust in them rather than just have the nubs coming off the side and then being flush. So you can't see anything. These actually have like little exhaust ports inside.
This is for the whatchamacallit kit?
Yeah, they are Hong Kong models.
Hong Kong models kit, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I got the glass nose B25 and the PBJ1J navalised version. What else? I put a deposit. Actually prepaid for the new Edward boxing of the Kitty Hawk, which comes with a P40E and a P40N.
Of course, you bought a Kitty Hawk. You can't resist.
Yeah. lots more Aussie schemes. That's plus a couple of figures, a couple of French World War I soldiers. So for a future project,
I'm actually in a group build where we've got to do figures.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, really?
Yes. And
what are you going to do?
Well, it's a bit of a secret at the moment because I don't want to say anything because if it doesn't work out, I don't know what I'm going to do. But
you're going to lose an eyebrow if it doesn't work out.
No, I'm thinking of going
or wear a banana costume.
I think of going off the reservation and doing something esoteric. So I've got a friend of ours in the model club, Greg. He's 3D printing a figure for me, and a couple of figures actually, because I need 2 figures for this particular group build.
Is it going to have an exposed face?
What?
An exposed face? Because that's the thing. Like
skin tones.
Everything gets more difficult once you have to paint a face. That's why everyone paints Space Marines.
I'm not going to say because it'll ruin the potential of what the subject is. So
Okay.
it's So it's very it's very esoteric.
You don't want to trap yourself.
Yes.
Putting it mildly.
I don't want to commit to anything that you might otherwise be able to back yourself out of.
I'm going to figure out how to do the bass because the bass is also going to be an integral part of actually telling the story. So I'm kind of figuring out how I'm going to do that.
He's already got one kit on the table that he doesn't want to build.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a second one.
Good idea. I'm hanging to get back into rocket building is what I really want to do. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did buy some new rockets, and I did. I was like, oh, haven't you already built these?
Yeah,
and it's like, oh no, these are different.
Well, they're
slightly
The
different.
same thing, but just different paint scheme.
Yeah, they got like a different thing on the top, and
Yeah.
A different thing on the top.
It's got that little red thing on the.
Oh my God, you're such a Luddite when it comes to space. The Atlas rockets had various different sort of
Yes.
so
Configuration.
I did concede that they were indeed different, significantly different.
Thank you.
Not
thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Why are you getting upset?
I'm not getting upset. I'm just
I don't know. It seems like you're getting
shocked
upset.
that we're living in the most amazing age of real space.
Yeah, but you're not building anything from this age. You're
And
building something from the old age.
I am. Thank you very.
Wait,
Au contraire, because I do have that Falcon 9 that I'm building at the moment as well in 72nd scale, which is huge.
Right.
So
Yes.
I am building, and I just can't fathom how people aren't falling over themselves and getting all these, building rockets, because what we're going through and seeing at the moment, like the New Glenn launch the other day, not New Glenn launch, Jeff Bezos's rocket that flew the other day. It was sensational. Did you watch that?
No.
You don't even watch it.
No.
Oh, I sit glued to YouTube watching the live streams. It's awesome, man.
Really?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Like, put it this way. I think there's probably less that goes on in that than the Formula One, and I don't watch the Formula One either.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Formula One, I've got to sit down and watch that new movie which has just dropped too with Brad Pitt in it.
Is it called Formula
God.
One?
Oh, I think
It's called F1.
God, I'd rather watch paint dry.
Nah, that should be interesting. All right, how about we have a quick break and we'll be back to do listener mail and the Patreon Wheel of Fortune. How's
Sounds
that
good,
sound?
mate.
All right, terrific. All right, let's have a look at what listener mail has got for us. And we'll start off, first of all, Craig Everson, who writes in.
Good old Craig. How are you,
Hi,
Craig?
Dave, Ian and Julian. Just like to say, it's great catching up with all you at Scale ACT this year, and congrats on the medals that you received. Julian, you got gold in the sci-fi category.
Correct.
Which,
Yes.
A great weekend as always. Got to bring my great friend Ray Davis along this year, which made the trip down and back a great time. The standard was really high, and Peter Davis and the team should be congratulated on how it all went. I was also able to pick up a bargain at the Swap and Sell, the Dragon Apollo 172nd Apollo 11 landing set with the Newware upgrade set. Yeah, I was very jealous when I heard about that. Also like to say that I loved the interview with Sean last episode on his bike that was at Scale ACT. It gave a great insight as to how it was made. Anyway, that's all my rant for now. Take care and can't wait for the next episode. That's from Craig Everson. Thanks, mate. I love hearing your emails, so that's terrific. Ryan Hollisall wrote in and just dropped some photos that he took from the South Australian Model Expo, which was on the 12th of October 2025, which looks to be a fantastic turnout. And there
It was sitting underneath the wing of a Orion, isn't it?
Yeah, this is at Props, Jets and Rotors at the South Australian Aviation Museum, which is on the 2nd of November. Looks like another fantastic turnout. And as you said, Ian, there's a picture there of some models laid out on display under the wing of an Orion.
Yeah, sitting next to a big, is it a Sea King?
And no, that's not Seeking. It's a Wessex in the
Wessex,
background.
sorry.
Yeah, an old
Shows how much I know about helicopters.
Royal Australian Navy Wessex in the background there. So thanks very much for shooting those photos.
Yeah, mate,
to
it
us.
looks great.
It was really appreciate that. Next one. We got an email from a guy called Jason Champion who has entered the podcast game, and he writes, "Hi guys. Just want to let you know that I've entered the podcast game with a new one based around scale modelling and my interest in history too. It is a solo podcast and also linked to my YouTube channel, which is Champion Scale Modelling, CSM for short. It may be of interest, and I mentioned you as one of the first inspirations to me starting this. If it is of interest, perhaps you'd be kind enough to give it a little nudge on one of your shows, and we're more than happy to do that.
Yeah, we'll have to have a listen.
So CSM Podcasts, Scale Modelling History World War II on YouTube. That's being run by Jason Champion, so go and check it out. And I actually reached out to Jason and said, obviously, if there's anything we can do to help, we're more than happy to.
Yes, definitely.
Which is, it's just great seeing some more stuff pop up, which is more content, the better.
Yep.
Mark Celia writes in, "Hi Dave, Ian and Julian. Sorry to once again miss you at Scale ACT. I was on tour with my wife in Wollongong, playing in our concert band. Great weekend, but you can't do it all, and it seems every year there's a reason I can't get there. As usual, you blokes covered it perfectly, which gave me fear of missing out, FOMO I was expecting. As I wrote post-Scale ACT last year, a kit is a box of assembled parts. A model is a result of the completed kit. You simply can't refer to models on the competition tables as kits. That literally makes no sense at all. I'll write back again in 12 months' time with your annual terminology reminder. Cheers, Mark."
No worries, buddy.
Thanks, Mark. And every time I talk now, I'm desperately mentally trying to not say kits when I mean models on the table. And every time I missay it, I can hear your voice in my head going, "Dave, it's not." But in all seriousness, I'm more than happy for that. I appreciate you sort of pointing that out. That's pretty much it for listener mail. And of course, if you want to write into us, you can send an email to onthebench64@gmail.com. We certainly love hearing from you guys and what you guys have got to say. And we're more than happy to sort of read out whatever you've got there for us as well. So please go ahead and send us an email to onthebench64@gmail.com. And that leads us into the next section, which is the Patreon Wheel of Fortune. And I'm going to be giving away one of our super rare OTB challenge coins, which I think have only about less than half a dozen left now. Ooh. So they're certainly becoming never going to be reproduced again. So if you've got one now, consider it as a collector's item. And the winner is Jared Noose.
Yes, congratulations, Jared.
So Jared, I'll be reaching out to you and sending you an email and organising to get that in the mail to you.
I wonder if we've got enough challenge coins for every single Patreon subscriber.
No, I don't. There's no way.
Chance.
No. We've
Not
got
a
that
chance.
many subscribers. Not a chance. And it's quite an expensive undertaking to actually produce the metal ones. It I think the last round cost me $2,000 actually.
Yeah, it's not a cheap undertaking, is it?
It's quite a lot of money. But we've got those. Another different alternative we're looking at, perhaps we can do a poker chip, which I think might be.
Yeah.
And of course, every Patreon supporter gets a OTB sticker sent to them anyway. So yeah, we're looked after our wonderful Patreon supporters.
Yeah.
I see.
Rightio. So how about now we'll go to our interview. We've got Rob Riv on, and we're going to be discussing accessorising your armour kits. So let's hear from Rob. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to the show.
Yeah, good buddy Rob.
Oh,
I'm glad to. Well, this is we need to have full disclosure here. This is take 5 because Dave is like this. This is one of the oldest podcasts, right? On the Bench is probably one of the you and Stuart Clark, right? With the first model podcast. You would think after all this time, after 235 episodes, that you would figure out how to do this properly.
I do know how to do this properly. I just forget to push a button sometimes.
That's but that's aging. That's either aging, and we need to get you cognitively evaluated, or we need to figure out the system and setup you have there.
Yeah.
Because this is like what? So what episode is this right now? We're on. Just so I know.
Episode 227.
Wow, this is kind of exactly where Cousin Oliver came on the Brady Bunch. I think this is the Cousin Oliver. This is definitely where Cousin Oliver came on, and I think that this could be that moment where the Brady Bunch went.
Well, hey, we got you on the show, so come on.
Cousin Oliver came on, and Tiger all of a sudden, like no one saw Tiger since like episode 1. He's back in episode 6 or season 6, and this is what it's about. I'm glad to be here. We're gonna have a good time.
Belated happy Thanksgiving. Is that the way you say it?
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It's a good excuse to eat and celebrate nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess family and friends. I guess, but. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling really bad about myself right now because I have not stopped eating since yesterday.
Wow.
Good on you.
I opened my email, but I didn't see an invite, so I kind of figured that.
Well, I could, and that you know what's bad when you can't just like if you're laying down on the couch, you can't just like sit up and get up. You have to kind of roll,
yeah,
and use your momentum to try to give you that extra oomph to get up. That's where I'm at right now, where you're rolling and rocking to get up.
I don't mind that, but it's when you roll too far and you lay flat on the ground, and then you're sort of stuck like a beach whale. That's the hard part.
Well, the worst part of it is when you get all nice and comfortable and then you can't find the remote and then you realize you're laying on the remote. And then your belly is, the worst part is you realize your belly is on the remote and the channels are changing, but you don't know why. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. This is not about Thanksgiving. This is about the modeling.
It is.
The modeling.
It is. And we got to the show. We haven't talking about armour for a while, so I thought, and I was chatting to you offline the other day, and we were speaking about maybe talking about accessorising your armour kit, and I couldn't think of anybody else because I know you've got boxes and boxes and boxes of accessories, have you not?
Boxes.
There you go.
Bad.
Who else would we get on the show other than you to talk about accessorising your armour kit?
Yeah, definitely at the point in the hobby, in my hobbying career, where I get very anxious when I look at how much stuff I have, realizing that I'm never going to use it all, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it because my wife is just going to probably throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think she's going to have a huge estate sale because I just picked up some fantastic prices, kits for good prices from the estate sale. So, well, that's the way the world works.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if we've spoken about this, but there are instructions that are left with my wife when it comes to the modeling, whatever the hell is over here, with all the kits and all the stuff.
Are those dragon instructions that are going to be hard to read?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Vultures, all the friends in my circle they know who they are, and I won't mention their names here and out them, but they're like vultures. They're circling, waiting for me to drop dead, because they're all going to go in my closet and take all the models that have been built and not painted to claim them as their own. I know it. I know exactly what's going to happen. So I know exactly what's going to happen.
So to accessorize or not to accessorize, I mean, this day we are spoilt for so many choices for aftermarket products from what you can get, but at the same time, the kits that are coming out now are at the point where you hardly need to accessorize. So why?
Well, the age-old debate, especially that comes out of my mouth, is like, how much do you want to add to the model to make it your own, right? Are you comfortable with just taking, let's say, a new Ryfield models kits? What I love Ryfields, they're like the number one kits in my opinion now for armor. Are you okay with just building it and assembling it? I use that word. I know I'm going to take crap for it, but are you okay with just assembling a model, following the instructions, painting it, and then let's say putting it on a table at a model show, if you do that, are you okay with that? Or do you want to do a little extra to make that model your own, and how are you going to do it? Right? Are you okay with, when you do with, let's say, a Panzer III,
Yeah.
regardless of the letter after it, are you okay with putting that on the table, building it out of the box next to someone who did the same kit, built it the same way, followed the instructions, looks exactly the same? Or do you want something different on your model?
Well,
where someone can say, that's a Dave Goldfinch model. Well, that's a Rob
to play the devil's advocate, though, there's so many different paint schemes and how you weather it. You can weather it in winter, spring, fall, summer, spring turning into winter. So you can do all that stuff without even adding all this other extra stuff that you pay mega bucks for.
Right, and I agree with that. But then you're bringing another element into the term modeling, right? I mean, are we modelers or are we painters? Are we weatherers or are we modelers? Right? Like something that I try to hold on to, and something that I'm very passionate about. Those who see my models, not just like in the magazine or at a model show, I want to make my models my own. Now, you could do that with a paint job. Please, I know people listen to this and want to take out a knife and stab me when they see me at a show for making that comment. But yes, you can paint the model, can make it your own, doing that, making it different, right? But how far can you take your model to make it your own? What did you do to this kit? What modeling skills have you learned over your modeling career, regardless of how long it's been, to apply it to your particular model that you're building at that time? That's how I look at the hobby. Like I'm a purist. 3D print, that's a whole nother discussion. We get into huge debates. Some people in this hobby really look for me at shows to come and want to have a debate with me regarding 3D print versus photo etch and scratch building. But I think that to preserve the purist in the hobby would be adding those extra elements to models to make it your own, regardless of how it is.
Yeah, well, that's right.
But it's because we're supposed to be zeroing and talking about armor, but I want to stretch what you said then to talk about, to bring aircraft into the mix, because you can't put a whole heap of tie down stuff on top of an aircraft, like jerry cans and
well, you can. It just looks a bit weird.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can do whatever you friggin' want, mate.
Okay, I'll answer that question here, because I'm doing the turkey shoot for the Insanity as we speak right now, right? Because it's Thanksgiving weekend. We do the what we call the turkey shoot, and it's a 4-day build. Starts at midnight. It started 12:01 Thanksgiving morning. It goes until Sunday. I'm building a plane, and I'm painting a plane. Wow. Believe it or not, I'll put up pictures later on tonight. I did the cockpit. I'm doing a second. Well, our good friend over at the Plastic Model Mojo guys, Mr. Dave Knight, would be very happy with me, because I'm doing a 1/72nd scale Tamiya 0.
Oh, well.
And when I planned to make this kit, I said, well, what do I want to do? I want to do something. Do I want to sit here and try to paint the cockpit in 72nd scale in 90 whatever hours? Or do I want to get a nice little 3D printed or whatever, 3D decal, all the stuff to do all the control panels and everything? I did. It looks fantastic. If you look at the cockpit, it looks like it's professionally painted, but all glued on.
Nobody will see it, though, once you put the canopy on.
No, I'm going to keep part of it up. I'm going to keep it open.
Oh, lovely.
But yes, can you do more detail in the plane? I don't know. You can. There's 3D printed cockpits right out there. That's really
sure.
Nice.
And I put my hand up every time for a 3D printed cockpit over doing it myself. I love them.
You're lazy.
They're great. No, it's not lazy. I think. Okay, yeah, I'm lazy.
Well, okay, this is a great thing. This is a good element here. Let's say, for instance, you're at, and I'm not a show guy, but I always use that because a lot of people like to talk about shows. Let's say, for instance, I did this 72nd scale 0, did it well enough to put into a show, which it's not going to be perfect because I'm not an airplane guy. But someone builds that same kit using that same set for the cockpit, and judges are looking at the model. It's painted the same scheme because we're doing this scheme. And both cockpits look exactly the same because we both use the same water slide 3D printed control panel slots, whatever the hell they're called. Right? Or not? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you differentiate one person's model from the next?
I don't. I give them both gold and walk away. Go on to the next thing.
You'll pick up your model and look at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh.
That's not, Rob.
That's a conversation for another day.
No. We're steering clear from that. Okay, let's switch
But
back.
then again, with accessorizing, sometimes you have to.
Well, let's
Like for example, you buy some of these old Tamiya kits or Dragon kits. They come with those stupid rubber tracks.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to get back to, switching back to the armour side of things, because I
That's
hate
what I was trying to do.
and detest.
Can I
rubber-
just say
Here we go.
at this point, right? What do you mean? Here we go. Why? Because I open my mouth, it means that I'm going to throw a grenade on the table.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it's kind of at least within our sort of realm of like modeling, which is we're pretty deep into the hobby. We're not the casual hobbyist. I think it's pretty commonly accepted that you're obligated to modify and personalize a World War II tank subject, but modern armor not so much. Right? Not that you can't, and not that there aren't, but like the examples that are customized in real life are much harder to find.
Right.
Like you can't, if you Google M1 Abrams, right? Abrams, sorry, not Abrahams.
Abrahams.
Yeah, sorry. I've got we've got a guy in one of our clubs nearby, and he keeps saying Abrahams instead of Abrams. So anyway, if you Google images of that, you're not likely to see very, battle worn looking Abrams. You're going to see the curated, press release style photos and museum photos and things like that. You're not going to see the ones that have the green ERA and the esky on the
that's
on the back of the turret.
Yep.
true. So on the back of the turret, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean that's my point there in a nutshell, isn't it? I mean, with the World War II era stuff, you're obligated to modify things,
tracks,
but
barrels.
like even as late as even as early as say Korean War, Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really doing too much customization, are you?
Well, the average
modeler doesn't, I would say.
But I mean, look at the tanks from where they put concrete all over them or sandbags all over them, the Shermans, because they thought it'd give them more protection and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
right.
But
I think you could
even before you get to that, there's lots of before you get to field modifications, just the rigors of use in practicality. There will be, the stowage and things like that. You're throwing all sorts of things on it because you're moving through suburban streets. You're going a long stretch of time without any kind of
field maintenance.
Getting to say like a base of sorts.
Yep.
Right. Well, listen, the modern armor is not as interesting, right? It's not. The reason why, well, obviously in today's day, they're not the Americans aren't making tanks every 10 years. They've been using the Abrams for freaking 30, 40 years.
Well, hang on. You did make the Booker, then decided not to use it.
They made the Booker. They decided not to use it. But, for the most part, like modern armor, like we're talking about like today's armor, is not as interesting. And yes, you probably don't need a lot of stuff to make it the way it should be because it's in the box and stuff like that. Like, for instance, a good example. I'm building the new Royfield Striker right now. It's going to be in the next issue of Military Monocraft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm building that with an update set that they give as a addition if you want to use it. That's how Royfields gets you. They have their their kit, and then they have like their little update sets that has like photo etch. And this is an amazing kit, first of all. Love it. It's one of the best kits I've ever built, and I built a lot of kits. But I'm using the photo etch set for it to replace a lot of things, and it's not easy. A lot of people trying to do this update set are not going to succeed with it. I'm saying that not in a way like, oh, I can do it and you can't, but it's really difficult. It's really time consuming. A lot of parts need to be soldered. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, is all this extra effort worth it considering the plastic part looks just as good?
Yes.
Maybe the scale thickness is off a little bit, but I'm going to tell you right now, adding that extra detail to that Striker, it's an M1128, I think it is. That's the Striker from like the early 2010s.
Sure.
Excellent kit, excellent rendition or depiction of what that model is. The aftermarket set is excellent, adds a lot of detail, chains for the doors and straps for like all the stowage and things that would like people just take for granted that really adds to the model, right? That makes a difference. Now back to World War II, right? You talk about German armor where there was, hundreds of different vehicles developed by the Germans and the Russians and the Americans somewhat and the British, but like we'll just focus on German armor. When you're looking at German armor, there was so many made. They looked so different from one particular vehicle in the same division of armor at one particular battle can look vastly different from each other.
Yeah.
Whether it's the way it's damaged, the way it's painted, the way it looks. But like, what are you going to do to make that look like that? Like, you can't just take a Dremel. I don't care what anybody says. Can you make a plastic kit look like metal?
No.
A plastic part? No, you can't. You can thin it down as much as you want. You can bang it up as much as you want. You're never going to get the look of battle damage on fenders and things like that unless you're using photo etch. Can you 3D print the damaged fender? Sure, you can 3D printing hearts and kidneys, for Christ's sake. They can trust me, they can 3D print the damaged fender. But the point is how much do you want out of the hobby and how much stuff are you willing to do to make your model your own by adding that detail to make it, right? That's the question.
Yeah. I mean, you just reminded me of someone who was it you, Dave? Who had 2 3D printed seats for maybe a car or something like that, but they looked identical. Like the way the seat belts hung. Yeah, right. They looked identical. So you sort of like, oh well, this is a detail up, but I can't use it because otherwise I'll end up with two. With 2 eerie seats that look exactly the same.
Yeah, that's always a problem.
But accessorising, okay, I really want to go back to the super basic. So, once upon a time, you bought a tank kit, back in the 80s from Airfix or not Airfix, Tamiya. And you had those stupid rubber tracks in there, which were absolutely useless.
Left and right side for the gun barrels, so you had that challenge of getting rid of the
so
seam line.
You'd buy, and then people in the aftermarket started making, like white metal tracks, which I still love.
Yeah,
model casting back in the day too.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Fruy
model, classic example. And I forgot where I was going with this, but. I just wanted to say that I see them get that. I think when they did the work on my face, they drilled a bit too deep, and
I'm going to tell you, man.
You're
aging, Dave. You're aging as I see you, as you're looking in front of me. I see it.
No, you didn't hear off in our intro. I went went to the doctors for a tune-up, so I got some stuff taken off my face, some skin tags and stuff. So you can't call me skin tag anymore.
Okay,
not that we ever did.
So I'm looking a little bit more. After it's all healed up, I look a lot more beautiful than I do right now, Rob.
You look pretty good, though. Not bad for you.
I've got Vaseline over the camera, so.
It's smudged right now. I was wondering why you were a little blurry.
So, yeah, that's, to my mind, that's what accessorising was back in the day. The stuff that the kits came with was not up to par.
Subpar.
Correct. Right. And that's when you start seeing aftermarket barrels coming out and all that. But the point I'm sort of getting at now, and I understand we've already sort of covered this, and Rob, you've made a very good sort of point argument for why things like Ryefield models and even Meng producing pretty good damn kits now. That you don't really need to sort of do much work to, and God bless them, Tamiya still in the race as well. But if you just want to build a tank that is still looks 100% fantastic, you don't have to go and accessorize it because the current stuff today is just it looks just as good.
Right, you don't have to. Right, and okay, you made a good point. Tamiya does great kits. Right, their molding is impeccable. The buildability is, if that's a word for a Tamiya kit, is you breeze through. It doesn't midline you. You could be a beginner, you could be an advanced modeler, right? Tamiya kits are never made for the advanced modeler. They're made for the weekend modeler.
Correct.
Right? to me, it doesn't sell all those kits because expert, or I shouldn't say expert, but like hardcore modelers aren't the ones that are paying Tamiya America or Tamiya, Incorporated bill. It's the weekend builder, the person that's going to the hobby shops with their kids on a Saturday to build at the table and have a nice weekend build. That's what those are the people buying those kits. You go out there now, you buy a mini arc kit. You're not buying a mini arc kit for your weekend build with your kid.
No chance.
No.
Right? And there's a reason for that. The hobby's changed over the last 30 years, and for the better. People think the hobby's changing in a bad way. The hobby's changed a lot in a good way. There's so much more available today than there ever was. Kit-wise, I'm talking about armor. Just kick the armor. Kit-wise, accessory-wise, just not only the mom and pop or like the guy 3D printing in his basement selling products has never been more accessible than it is today.
Correct.
Right?
Like who would have thought? Who would have thought 20 years ago you'd be able to buy basically any type of First World War armored car
Yeah, exactly.
in 135th scale?
Yeah.
They just didn't exist.
No.
Now you got Copper State just pumping them out, and they're all beautiful kits.
They're all beautiful kits, and the hobby is accessible to every skill level in the hobby. And I know the discussions about detailing accessories on your model. The question is what does the hobby give back to you, and what are you willing to do to get that out of the hobby?
Yep.
Are you okay with building out of the box? Absolutely. If you are, that's fantastic. That's what you like to do, and I have no problems with that. Do you like building, adding extra, like you talked about, getting full model tracks or getting T-Rex tracks or getting, like back in the day where I have 100 sets of model casting tracks hoarded that I bought over the years. We would never be able to get them, and I don't even use them. The question is what are you trying to get out of the hobby?
Yeah.
Once in a while, I like building a kit out of the box. It's okay. But you know what? I'm not going to put models in a magazine. For me, when I'm a pure builder, if it's just built straight out of the box, people want to see extra detail and see how to do it. Because people want to learn. But the problem is if people don't take the time to learn how to do certain things in this hobby, like adding accessories, adding photo etch to their models. Everybody knows I'm a big photo etch guy. If people don't want to take the time to learn how to do photo etch better, then they'll never know how good it is.
Yes.
And also, there are easier points of entry. You don't need to go out and buy some ridiculous full Voyager set, right? Like you can just like if we're just talking Shermans, you can go out like the I would say the lowest tier of accessorizing
Metal barrel
would be
and tracks.
Not even that. You can go out and you can get the Tamiya stowage sets and just put all those stupid crates and barrels and things on it. It's easy.
Yeah.
Right? That's the easiest thing that you can do. It's available everywhere. It's cheap. It's plastic molded. You can just glue that stuff on with regular glue. You don't need to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then beyond that, there's, you can get little, what do you call them? Like the little photo etch guards for the headlights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And they come with a little jig so that you can bend them up properly.
Yeah, otherwise you've got no chance.
And then just stick them on. Easy. Yep. And then that's it. You've already dipped your toes into photo etch. You can just give you the confidence to reach for something more complex.
Yeah, if true.
You gotta practice. That's the thing, right? You're not just gonna open up a photo etch fret, and if you've never used a soldering iron or did anything before, gonna build it perfectly, right?
No.
You're never gonna build it like the box art that's on a Voyager set when if you've never done it before. You just gotta resign yourself to the fact that that's not gonna happen, right? So when I got back in this hobby and I went back in the mid '90s, and I started building armor again. When I stumbled upon Tony Greenland's Master Panzer modeling book, and seeing how Tony built his models, I was like, I want to build a model like that.
Yes,
I want to learn, and it took a long time. It took a lot of money on photo etch sets that I destroyed before I was able to figure it out. And that's just the way it is. But it just adds so much more character,
it does.
So much more of your personality to your models when you add accessories like photo etch, even 3D print. Listen, there's a couple of people on some other podcast that want to debate me on the 3D print traditional scratch building photo etch debate, and that's going to happen. But even if you want to use 3D printed products on your model to add detail, I have no problems with that.
I've got no problems with 3D printing either. I don't see why there's even a discussion about it, because it's 3D printing is just another version of casting, which is another version of
Right.
photo etch. It's just
means
which is
to an
another
end.
version of scratch building. It is what it is, and
Right.
it's never going to
Well,
go
I'm
away.
gonna-
It makes it builds for what? What do you mean? What do you?
I'm just laughing because I know.
No, I've taken heat because I do see a difference between 3D print and using traditional scratch building and photo etch. I consider it the same when it comes to adding details, but there is a difference. We're not going to talk about it here. I don't have three Aussies yelling at me on a podcast.
Oh, look, I'm not yelling. and I accept and understand where you're coming from in regards to difference. What I'm saying is it's just a progression of where we've got to, and these other things become available to us. God knows what in the future is going to be, where you actually, do your own paint from home. Who knows what the future holds? Who knows?
I've actually seen something like that.
Yeah. Well, you walk into your hardware
that,
store, and all they have is white as a base coat, and then they've got different tints they put in to make the paint. I mean, imagine somebody designing a scaled-down version of that for the modeler to have at home.
Well, they've already got it for people that do nail polishes.
Well, there you go. It would kill our modelling paint industry in overnight, and I don't necessarily want to see that happen.
No,
but what I'm saying
it's
is
not going to happen, because even though you can have
The paint
that and it
ugly arts
can
won't
serve
allow it.
some people, there's always going to be people who are like, can't I just get the right color in a bottle?
Yeah.
Can't I just get that?
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. But
Well,
anyway,
colourblind as it is.
that's my. I was
And-
using it as an
and-
example,
yeah.
showing how the hobby is progressing. So you're getting things like photo etch coming in, casting, 3D printing, and all that sort of stuff. And none of it's bad. It's just a progression of the hobby.
Well, I mean, like it's all of these products, whether they be plastic, resin, photo etch, all of them are suitable only so far, because eventually, the more off-road and more unique you go with your build, the more it's not going to suit your needs. Like if you want to do a burnt-out vehicle, like a burnt-out wheeled vehicle, like a truck or something,
Right.
you got to throw away most of the kit.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
There's no aftermarket that's going to save you there.
No.
No,
You're
that's
going to
right.
have to go
Comes
off
down.
You're
road.
gonna have to
Yep,
scratch build
yep,
yourself. Yeah.
Yep.
Luke Pitt, who I do who's your countryman, Luke Pitt,
Yeah, I know.
on the
Yep.
on the quarter scale show, Luke had made a good point one time when we had Fred Medell on from Tamiya, right? When we had Fred on from Tamiya USA, about, let's say, for instance, like a company like Tamiya makes a version of, let's say, the Panzer 1B, which is a newer kit that they did.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say they wanted, or let's say a Panzer 1A, because I have a feeling they're going to release one of those not too long from now. So they released a Panzer 1A, right? And there was different versions of it, but one in particular was like the Spanish Civil War Breda one, where they had the different turret, right?
Yep.
We talked about, like, what if a company like Tamiya, who releases a kit like the Panzer 1A, if they do and when, they release a file later on to produce the turret for the Breda version of the Panzer 1. Instead of buying a whole nother kit for somebody, they spend $10 to download, have some, I guess, file protected thing where you can just download the file and print out the turret to make that Panzer 1A now a Breda gun Spanish Civil War Panzer 1. That's something that these companies, I think, might start doing now.
Yes.
Because you see companies like Royfield have 3D printed upgrades to their models, and other companies do it too, that are separate.
Yes.
And they actually produce it after the kit has been made too.
Mm-hmm.
Other companies like Tamiya can also do that to add accessories, add updates, 3D print wise. That would definitely make it more cost effective for that company than doing injection molding. Will they do it? That's the question.
Yes.
You know, recently I saw some people complaining about the quality of the 3D printed products that are coming from Eduard. And it's not necessarily their fault. It just means that the kind of printers that you can get at home now are far exceeded the quality that the business is willing to shell out for.
Right.
Right? So at one point do you sort of go, well, I really want this thing, but since I can't print it and I have to rely on their printing, I'm just not going to go for it, right?
Or you just do it yourself. Just
Well,
scratch it.
Well, you can't because they've got the
it means
file
scratch
and
it
they're not going to
yourself.
give it
Scratch
to you.
It means you got a scratch build.
And I see what you're saying, John. But hands up here, who hasn't bought a resin product that was a piece of junk when it arrived in the mail?
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
FC model trends. I don't think they even gotten. I don't think they think they're still terrible to this day.
Yeah, I've got some of this stuff and it's a bit.
I mean,
it's a bit
they
ordinary.
were terrible when they first started making things, and they're just as terrible today. They're to me, they're. If you guys remember,
They're
what was the name
basically a
of the place?
scam.
A scam.
Yeah, it's believe it or not, they do things for MIG ammo too. So it's not good. It's really not.
No.
And it's a shame because this stuff isn't cheap. But there are some great 3D printing. Listen, the best 3D printing stuff is coming from these. We're going to call them mom and pop shops, right?
Yeah.
Like a Ratto Miniatures and Armour, T-Rex, or a Panzerwerk design. Demon Barber Design, which is a good friend of mine, Christopher Nielsen. He does amazing quarter scale and other 3D printed stuff. The casting or the print is amazing. Very little layer lines. Resin Tech Models is another company. If you ever saw my stuff, guys, when I did like the KV4 3D printed kits, I've done it for the magazine. These models are printed excellent. Like very little layer lines, very little cleanup. The reason why is they're, like you were saying, they were using like 14 or 16K printers that are perfect. Edward probably has a print farm.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
they do. Yeah.
And that's where the mum and pops have got the advantage, or the cottage industry, because they're so small they can pivot quickly. They can just walk out and they can order a brand new printer because they've only got the one or maybe two, and the price of printers is that cheap these days anyway. So it's a lot easier for them to pivot and get the latest sort of technology to manufacture the stuff than a larger company like Edward, who has a printer farm running in the background. They've got to replace 10 or 12 printers compared to just one.
You guys are aircraft guys too, so there's my buddy John Colasanti. I don't know if you ever heard the name.
Yeah,
I know the name.
Yeah.
Matters of Scale.
Yep.
John's over here, lives in Jersey. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. His 3D printing stuff is amazing. He was showing his designs on one of our live casts, so how he does like the 3D printing, how he does everything on whatever.
Oh, the
program
CAD
he uses.
program, whatever it is. Yep.
I mean, I don't have the even the intelligence to be able to do something like that. But his stuff is, if you see his prints, they're like immaculate. And how he does it, I don't know. And talk about adding accessories to models and what on this, something like, I'm a plane guy. Let's say an engine for some whatever jet. Wow, the detail on that can never be achieved with 3D with injection molding.
No,
ever.
that's right. Yes.
Or, God forbid, scratch building.
Even with scratch building, you got guys like Alex Clark. You see Alex, who another great guy. I keep using that term, but he is another great guy. I mean, he does 3D printed stuff, and Alex was on our quarter scale show talking about it, but he also just showed some stuff he's working on now, still doing the scratch building of those turrets. And it's amazing how a guy like him is able to work in that smaller scale and to be able to add that much detail just by using sheet styrene, a little X-Acto blade, and whatever else he uses that he probably doesn't tell anybody that he's doing. I don't know how he's capable of achieving the results that he gets because he's not human.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
It's alchemy.
Right. It's not. But back to what you were saying though, Dave, about what's the benefits of adding accessories and extra details to your model, and why should you do it? Well, you don't need to do it. You should want to do it to get your modeling to the next level. People will listen to the On the Bench episode. What is it? What episode is it again? We'll just call it the Cousin Olive episode. The Cousin Olive episode, right? The reason why they're listening is because they're hardcore modelers. They want to get better. They listen to these shows, not to listen to. He's not a funny guy. To listen to for your amazing personality. They want to try to learn something about the hobby, right? And they got guys like me on to talk about it, right? And the reason why they're listening is they want to learn something, or at least get some insight on what they should do or how to do it. And I tell people all the time, you have to take risks in this hobby, right? people say to yourself, well, how do you get you published in a magazine? How do you get this done? How do you get that? You got to take a risk and you got to put yourself out there.
Correct.
And you're not going to put yourself out there when you're building the Tamiya kit out of the box.
So the simplest way for the to start accessorizing is you can start with the tracks. You can start with the aftermarket barrel. That's a starting point.
Well, I mean, it's also not like a chore.
No.
We're all doing this for fun.
Yeah.
I like sticking like brass things on my models.
Yeah. To me, I like to try and accuratize, if that's a proper terminology. And with injection molding, a lot of times the detail's really soft. And with these aftermarket parts, well, then you can make it a lot more crisp, and it just it makes the finished product look a lot more real rather than just a toy.
Well, for me,
you know what I think is like the first sticking point when people start resorting to photo etch. It's when they come up against a grill and they look at the plastic bit and they look at it and they're like, you know what, this sucks.
It does. And the grills are the biggest things. It's the finesse.
Yes.
The word is finesse. Like, how much finesse can you get out of that? You want in your model? Right.
Yep.
Do you want it to look like it's plastic? If you want the bottle to look like plastic, like out of scale parts, things like that, it's about scale. Like, how in scale are you willing to take your model? Right. It's like, for me, it just looks, when I see like certain parts, like you were just talking about the grills, like say for a KV2 or a KV, like intakes, there's nothing more glaring to me than solid intakes.
Yes.
Yep.
Kills it for me, right? Once I see that, I'm like, ugh. It's like I'm getting
Immersion
like
breaking.
I'm coming Elizabeth from Sanford and Son moment when I see that on a model, like I'm holding my chest. But it's the finesse, like that detail can make or break a model.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it really does.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
know,
like
I mean-
especially when it comes to small things like brackets and
Brackets
small
are a big one.
and
Brackets
and other small
for all the pioneering
metal
tools and everything
elements,
I put on,
you know?
on all the pioneering tools you put on it,
railings.
yeah. Yep.
You know,
Well, and another thing that most
Toolboxes.
and another thing most kit manufacturers miss is antennas.
oh, you know,
Antennas.
my favorite thing is a good antenna. So you know, like, on
And in the old
recently-
days, you used to use a cat whisker.
Cat whisker, best thing ever.
Actually, funny you should say that. The cat dropped one
Did he?
recently, and
Finally.
I'll put it aside.
You're like Jerry's cousin in that Tom and Jerry episode where he's playing the guitar and he keeps taking Tom's
Whiskers.
I can see Dave chasing his cat around, pulling out his whiskers. No,
I've still got even though I used to build some armor in the past, I was never very good at it, but I do have a Sherman that I keep around. And one of my favorite things about it is it's got like the whole brass antenna that I've got for it, and it's got the little spring, so it actually it's got some springiness to it.
right. But you know the difference of using that and using that they give you in the kit? It's like night and day.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, usually they only give you the springy like stub part at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And you got to figure out the rest of it.
Right, but that level, the detail that adds to your model is night and day. Just like one of the things I love like a derelict vehicle, right?
Yeah.
You can't create a derelict vehicle building it out of the box.
No.
Like I love a Panzer III or a Stug or a Panzer IV or a Tiger, King Tiger, with no tools on it. As the way they were in the Battle of Berlin. I mean, they weren't worried about the freaking shovel on the Yag Tiger.
No.
The guys weren't getting in the Yag Tiger going down the streets of Berlin going, oh shit, we forgot the shovel. There was no shovel, right? The thing is there's nothing more detailed than showing tanks, especially in that time period, German armor in particular, or even Russian, with no tools, empty brackets. And you can't do that unless you're adding that detail.
Yeah.
And that's little things that add to the model.
Yes,
It adds to the
please.
character. It's the finesse.
Yep. I agree.
No, totally.
It is.
Totally agree.
Dave, stop looking at your watch, Dave.
I'm not going to watch because I want to go back and I'm really intrigued on a personal level because you about something you said earlier on. And you've got a real passion for World War II sort of side of things because
I do.
You feel that the modern stuff isn't as interesting to look at. But and that surprises me when I mean, I look at our tanks in the Australian Army when the guys go on exercises, what they chuck onto their tanks and all the weird camouflage they put on it and camouflage nets and everything. And that is just really, from a modelling point of view, so interesting. And I'm looking at what's happening in the Ukraine at the moment with all the modifications and the stuff they're chucking on that.
That's cool.
That is really cool. But there's also, but I also find, like a Mayday parade of a pristine tank rolling down. Even, they've done the white walling around the wheels and everything. That to me is just as interesting and as exciting to look at as a model as something that's in the field as well.
Boring as batshit.
No.
Sorry, Dave, that's boring as batshit.
No.
Right. The war in Ukraine, you know what? Just like World War II with some of these really bad wars where people are trying to survive.
Yeah.
Right? In the Ukraine, they're trying to survive. Right? They're living in those tanks.
Yeah.
Right? They got character. They look that way because they're doing whatever they can to survive.
Yep.
Yes.
Right? It's not like, an Abrams rolling down the desert in 2003 going into Baghdad.
No.
Right? They didn't I'm not, guys, please, I don't want to get emails and threats. I'm not saying that those models are not interesting or those people weren't at risk, and they were. But like, it's the armor that got beat up and worn and weathered that weren't able to be repaired or had to get repaired in the field. Those are the things that are interesting. And as a modeler, how do you depict those types of vehicles? How do you depict it looking like they need to survive?
Yes.
Right? Russian armor, World War II. Look at T-55s in the first Persian Gulf War back in the Desert Storm, right? You see, like, one of them, I have a passion project that I've been wanting to build forever. I have everything to do it, and I just haven't done it yet. It's in Bovington right now. It's an Enigma T-55. It's got the Calvin and Hobbes spray paint. Someone wrote Calvin and Hobbes on it. You can look online. You can just Google T-55 Enigma, Calvin and Hobbes, come right up. It's at Bovington. It's this derelict T-55 Enigma with the fenders all ripped up, the fuel tanks off. Everything is just beat the crap out of. It's got spray paint on it. It's so interesting to look at that you want to model it. But the only way you can do that tank is if you use every aftermarket part that you can find to do it. Photo etch, whatever. And the point is those models look interesting, or those vehicles are interesting because those people were trying to survive a war.
Yes.
I think
I'm sorry if I went on a tangent here.
No.
I think what you mean, if we break it down to like what's actually happening is that the longer these things are out in the field in combat conditions, the more
character
the
they
weight
develop
of the situation they're in bears down on them.
Oh,
right?
that's very good, nice words, Julian. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's why people like modeling like whitewashed World War II armor, right? Because the distressing of a whitewash is showing the age, the time period, what it went through, right? That it was, was it if the field deployed whitewash where these crews were trying to survive and hide, right? And like especially German or like Russian whitewash on KVs or whitewashes on Tigers or Panzer IVs or Panzer IIIs. These people were trying to survive, and you see the wear and tear on that vehicle during that time period. Even in the period photos that we have, you can still tell the filth, the dirtiness, the gook and the grime, just all over that tank. And as a modeler, what do you need to do to get your modeling to a level to be able to create that? Yeah, you got to paint it really well, but the foundation of that paint job is the canvas, and that's the build.
Yes. And
Right?
another thing too, I always like looking at me kit before I paint it, with all the extra photo etch and scratch built. It just you look at it and you feel like you've really accomplished something big.
See, the thing is, right, when it comes, the most difficult aspects when it comes to building a model is always going to be taking the available kits, the available aftermarket,
bones,
and your available skills, and using it to chase after a real life subject, right? Because you can always hang a left turn if you just want to cop out.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you just want to make it, it's just some tank that happened to be on some part of the Ukraine in the year such and such, right? Because then you could just go, well, I was going to build this fuel tank all banged up, but I realized that no one sells one that looks like that, and I don't have the skills to do it myself, so
Right.
I'm just going to give up and do something else.
Do something generic.
Do something generic.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna cop out. I'm just gonna take the easy path. But that's the thing. Like when you go and chase it all the way, you end up with something unique, right?
Yes.
You end up with something that captures the realism.
Right.
And the other thing you also got to realize is how much are you willing to spend?
Well,
You don't. It depends. Like if
Yeah,
you got
cool.
if you got the skills, you don't have to spend a whole lot.
Right.
Well, I
You're
don't
an
know.
artist, right?
Yeah.
We had a
Wait till you
big
start
debate.
building ships, Julian. Then you start paying money through the
We had a
nose
great
for it.
debate. We had a great debate in our build room the other night. We do build rooms in the Insanity, and we talked about artistry, like art, right? Is modeling art,
Yes.
and just like an artist who does landscapes, who does portraits, whatever, they're inspired by what's around them, right?
Correct.
You're walking down the street, you see a building, you see the sun setting between a tree, and you want to draw it or want to represent it in something. You're a filmmaker. You have certain camera angles or the way you film your movie. The way the lighting is in cinema, artistry. It's the same thing with modeling. You're inspired by something. You see something. Doesn't have to be the same exact thing, but it could be something that you see in a photo. It could be something that you want to represent. It doesn't have to be war related. It could be something that you want to try to intimidate. Like what's the word?
Capture a moment in time.
Right. And as a modeler, when I see something that inspires me, like that T-55 Enigma that's in Bovington, that I know what my canvas is and how to get there. Now, I need to lay the foundations of that image that I want to depict. That's the build. What do I need to do to get to the next stage? How do I need to build this model to give myself the canvas to be able to do that paint job that everybody wants to get to all the time? Right? Everybody wants to paint. Everybody wants to do the wow weathering.
Yep.
But the foundation of that great paint job, the foundation of that great weathering is the build.
Yes.
And how are you inspired and how you get there is the big thing for me. And I'll never let that go. That's something that's really important to me in this hobby. You just need you be inspired by other modelers.
Oh,
you don't have to
yeah.
be inspired. You know, people are inspired by other people's work.
Yes.
And, you know, and I know some people get pissed off, well, you copied that person. Listen, everybody takes something from somebody in this hobby, in this world, for that matter. It just doesn't matter. It's just not in, like the modeling world. It's anything, you know, but it's what you get out of it and how to get there. That's the most important part.
Correct.
On the shoulders of giants, we move forward.
Right. I need to be on. I'm a short guy, so I need to. Oh, look at Dave. Look at Dave. You know, someone said to me, you know, why do you're going to be on the bench? You were on there. I go, you know what? Dave probably saw the numbers over the last few shows. He's like, shit, let me get Rob Riviezzo on for a couple hours.
Well, actually, it probably drops my numbers by having you on the show, but that's okay. We can.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Listen, you're the only one who actually is back on. I've never been back on to the other part. I was on once, and that's it.
Well, see, we love you, the others don't, so clearly.
That's true. And I always speak very highly of you, too. Well, when you're around. When you're not around, it's different.
Oh, that's all right. Everybody else is exactly the same as well, so that's fine.
No, listen, you're the podfather for a reason. We all know this. You definitely. What's up?
Oh, well, I was just saying, so accessorising, I want to sort of move towards the finishing sort of up on it. And we've already spoken about how, and as much as I love hearing you talk me up, that's fine. So the easiest way to start is obviously aftermarket barrels.
Right.
What's the next step if somebody wants to look at accessorising? If it's the first time armour builder listening to this show, what's your advice for taking that next step apart from the barrels and the tracks?
I would say 3D print is the way to go first. If you want to add your personal touch to it, definitely photo etch. But there's a learning curve.
There is a learning curve.
3D print is not, there's really no learning curve. It's just cut, clip, clean, glue,
And glue,
right?
yep.
It's no different than resin back in the day or resin today. Injection molding. You know, photo etch is definitely, in my opinion, the best way to represent or add details that You just can't. You can do grills in 3D print. There are grills that they do in 3D print, but they're very fragile.
Yes.
Right? One slip of a knife or one bend here, that sucker's snapping.
Yep.
And you're not creating that battle damage or that wear and tear that you can do at photo etch. It's the tools. You gotta have the right tools. People don't realize, you need people spend all this money on kits, all this money on all this other stuff, paints. They don't spend the money on the tools.
Correct.
Right? You're spending $50, $60, up to $100 on a model, but you don't want to spend $40 on the really good Zukimura nippers or the Weller 35-watt soldering iron for $40. That's last me a lifetime. Or other types of tools like files and different types of sand, like photo etch benders and things like that. The miter cutters, like a Display miter cutter or an RP Tools miter cutter is like punch and die sets.
Yes.
To make your own punch, like round rivets, hexagon. These are things that a person who wants to get into detailing their modeling needs to have, because it makes you'll use it for years and years to come if you use it properly, and it adds so much to the model, especially when you're working with photo etch, you're working with 3D print. You have to have those tools. You do. Even building your regular model, God.
Yeah.
Even doing your own. So I'm having a senior moment again. I'm getting embarrassed sitting in front of you watching this.
Dave, listen to me. You know what, man? This is not the first time. I'm very disappointed in you. You're supposed to be. It's like you're like Phil Donahue when he was at the end. Like you had a long career. If anybody knows Phil Donahue over in the States, Phil was like the first talk show host that had like the paternity tests on it and everything.
If you're scratch building, you need these tools. If you're scratch building,
you need them.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
And it's funny because there was a guy who posted something in one of the Facebook pages I follow. He just spent must be $1,000 on this display case for his models, and it's lit and it's oversized. It looks gorgeous and everything. And he says, he sort of mentioned that some people might think it's too much money. Well, hang on, you've probably got about $8,000 worth of models sitting in it. So I don't see how you can say you've overspent buying a case not only to display it, but to protect the models from dust and everything as well. I think it's a great investment. And people should look at tools exactly the same way. The tools are going to outlast you. Well, okay, maybe not things like tweezers, because they only last a certain amount of time.
The thing, I would say that cheapskates don't want their tools to outlast them.
What?
Yeah.
Cheapskates. So if you're a cheapskate, right, you think, a tool's going to outlast me? That's longer than I need it to last for, right? So they cheap out.
Cheaper nipper.
Yeah.
Right. The one thing that I find, I've said this many times before, but the one thing I see people cheap out on the most essential item is your lighting.
Lighting, 100%.
Yes, lighting is important.
Yep. Especially the older you get, you need a good lighting.
Lighting is really important.
And a good optivisor.
Yeah, a good optivisor.
I don't need one of those yet.
Yeah, give it time.
I'm up to number 7, and I can barely see with number 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of alone time when I was younger. They were right. It really did ruin your vision. There was a delayed laugh at a goldfinch on that.
Well, hang on, I had to figure it out.
Podcast? Did I make the podcast?
It's been a while since I heard that one.
This guy,
I had to pull it from the long-term memory.
Dave was all right, man. You know what happened? Dave has got, when they say when you eat too much during turkey dinner, the tryptophan makes you tired. It's the pancakes you eat for breakfast.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's funny because Michelle's been on this thing where she's actually adding, because the guys come in for breakfast. Normally it's just pork sausages, bacon, eggs, and baked beans and toast. And now Michelle's also putting in pancakes as well, so we're getting a dose of pancakes on top of all that as well. So
wow, look at this! It's like 5-star. It's like a 5-star feast for you guys. Like you guys, I can't. This is amazing. My guys on my podcast want nothing to do with me after the show.
Well, it's anyway.
You guys are getting breakfast, all this other stuff.
Oh, shit, yeah.
What do you look at this coffee? I see your wife come in. She's bringing everybody food and beverages during the podcast. I mean, this is insane.
Dave cooks it all.
Yeah.
His wife is not doing any of that.
No, she cleans up afterwards. But
I'm a little jealous about what goes on over at that.
well,
on
you
the
gotta
bench,
come
man.
to Australia.
Yeah, you gotta come
and
down
make
under,
it
Gold
on, man.
standard of podcasting right here, gentlemen. You should see these guys. If this was like a simulcast live, no one would ever listen to the show again.
Yeah, this is
Very
like a
disappointing.
Thanksgiving breakfast every time we record.
Well, I'll tell you, Rob, you gotta get over your fear and jump on a plane and come across.
I would
here.
love to. Well, you said you're coming to the Nationals this year.
Yeah, I am.
Was it this year?
Yeah, next year, 2026.
I'm going to be there, but I'm going to be at the Amps, the one before. I can't go 2 times.
You can't go 2026 Nationals?
I'm going to be at the 2026 Nationals, but it's going to be Amps in Indiana, not the IPMS show.
Oh, so you're not going to Fort Wayne?
No, I'm not.
Oh, bugger.
But we'll cross paths once. I'm sure we'll see each other somewhere. Hopefully, it's one we're both above ground, not below.
Well, I've got a busy year next year, so I've got I'm doing Japan next year to the show over
Oh,
there.
I would love to do that. Don't even talk about that, man. We talk about this all the time. The guys on the posse give me a hard time. I'm having deja vu right now. Oh my god, I'm having deja vu that I'm having deja vu. But they you know, SMC going over there to Eindhoven.
Yeah,
I would love
yeah,
to go, but
yeah.
my fear of flying, like, I don't want to be freaking William Shatner screaming that there's a monster on the wing and get tased by some air marshal on the way to freaking Netherlands. I just don't need it. I don't need to get thrown to the baggage cart.
Well, I'll
right?
tell
I
you
don't
what.
need to get shot.
I'll tell you something, and this is some advice for free. My wife is a hypnotherapist, and she's done a couple of people who've got a fear of flying, and it's worked wonders to overcome that.
Until then, he's
it's
just
not-
going to have to find like an amphibious tank that will take him across the Pacific Ocean.
It's not necessarily the flying. I'm afraid of like enclosed spaces that I feel like I'm
Well,
trapped.
then the tank will be
I don't wanna
freaking useless, then, wouldn't it?
Well,
I
then,
don't want. I'm big.
well,
Yeah,
the way to get over that is save the extra money and go business class. I tell you, it's the only way to fly, man.
have my nice little bed. I don't know.
No, he needs
I
one of
would
those
love-
open cockpit planes, you know, like a biplane.
I would love to go to Japan, though. I would love to go to Japan, but I would love to see you, Dave, and you guys. I would love to see you guys, but then we get into Australia. It's tough, man. It's tough. You
Well,
guys
we're
are
a
making
long
some-
way, yeah.
It's a long flight,
I mean-
yeah.
Especially
No,
from New
it's-
York, because you've got an extra sort of 6 hours to get across the other side of the country. So yeah.
Dude, it's so far away that you guys are already into tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
it's,
that's
it's-
right, yeah,
it's
yeah.
Saturday over there.
Yeah,
For Christ's sake, it's only Friday here.
Yeah, you're talking to guys in the future.
Well,
man.
actually, yeah, I can tell you.
I know.
So at about
a lot of numbers.
11:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for you guys, you're going to have a cloudy, but the sun's going to be poking through. So it's looking good out there. Had a bit of rain this morning, and you'll have that tomorrow morning, so that's fine.
What's the score to Notre Dame game so I can put some bets in? Who's going to win?
Well, actually, well, it's just super off topic. We've got a NFL team coming out to play one of your rounds out here in Melbourne soon.
I know they're going to be there next year. They're
Yeah.
doing an NFL game there. Yeah.
Yep. So and we've got a big stadium here, the MCG, which holds
about
90,
100, just under 100,000.
Yeah, they'll fill it for that football match. They'll fill it.
Dude,
easy.
man. Australia, it's a tough place to live. There's so many things that can kill you there, right? The bugs, the snakes, the animals.
Oh, come on,
You're not
you guys
safe.
have got bobcats and bears that eat you. And all this
Bobcats,
sort of
I live
stuff.
on Long Island. I live 20 minutes outside New York City, for God's sake. I get better chance of getting shot over here
As I
than
like,
getting hit by a bobcat.
as I like to tell Americans, in America, the animals there will kill you to eat you.
Yes.
Here, they'll kill you because they're assholes.
Yeah, true. Very true. Rob, it's fantastic to have you on the show, and thanks very much for coming on and having a
Yeah,
chat about
been awesome again.
accessorizing
Dude, I love
your
coming on.
armour kit. I don't know how far we got into it, but I hope we've actually.
I
But
feel,
it's good, though. It always goes off on a tangent. Listen, it's fun when it goes sideways. But it's got to go sideways.
It does.
Totally agree, mate.
So, if they've never heard you before, Rob, or living under a rock, where can they find and hear more from Rob Riv?
All right. So the Modeling Insanity podcast, also on the Quarter Scale Manners podcast, that we do all things quarter scale. Also, we have a third podcast under the Insanity banner. It's the Model Car Mania podcast. So it's cars. I'm not on that show, though. Those guys are doing pretty good. So we're trying to do a little more and try to give people content. And yeah, that's it. So, I want to mention the Insanity on Insanity TV, our YouTube channel.
Correct.
December 7th. I'm going to have the time listed this week on the Insanity page. We are doing a charity auction. Model kits and model projects. We got a lot of stuff. Andy's Hobby Headquarters donated stuff. Squadron, Value Gear, Matters of Scale, VCG Resins, Iceman Collections for car modeling. So we have a lot of sponsors donating things for the auction. We'll have a bunch of model kits. It's going to be about 4 or 5 hours live on our Insanity TV on Sunday, December 7th. I'm going to say about 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think it's going to start either 3 or 4. I don't know the exact start time yet. But we're going to promote it hard this week again, and it should be great. It's going to be a live show. We're going to be breaking balls. Dave, you guys are more than welcome to come to the stream. I'll give you the link.
Sure.
If you want to come up
great,
and have
yeah.
a couple of laughs and
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
in and say hello,
Yeah.
I can. We can joke around and have some fun. We can have 10 people on screen at once.
Well, that's fine.
15
It's 3
total.
o'clock your time in the afternoon, so it's around like 6 a.m. or something for us to start.
Yeah,
so
but we're gonna
we
go-
can do that.
We're going to be on for it's going to go about 4 or 5 hours. We're going to have over 100 and something products to auction off.
Sure. What's the
we have
charity
some
for?
product-
What's the proceeds going
It's
to?
Help Heal Vets.
Right.
It's a charity for veterans. It's also they do crafts and models for veterans. It's a really great charity. It was actually the charity that IPMS, the Wisconsin Nationals. It's the charity that they donated to.
Fantastic.
So it's the same charity that IPMS USA donated to in Wisconsin in 2024. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. Anything that's not auctioned doesn't go in auction. Some things aren't going to go. Some things might not get put up because they're not going to sell. They're going to get donated directly to the charity as a kit too,
Nice.
because they take
Yep.
kits.
Sure.
100% of the donation is going to go right to the charity. The only thing is the people who win the auction have to also pay for the shipping. That's the
That's
only
fair
thing.
enough. Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's for a great cause.
Send us a link. We'd be more than happy to help support
I will
you guys.
definitely send you.
Yeah.
I will definitely send the link. If
That'd be
you
really
guys are
cool.
more, I would love for you guys to stop by, and it's gonna be fun.
Sounds great. Yeah.
No problem. All right. That's Rob Riv. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you around some other time, mate.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Good
No
on you.
worries.
No worries. Well, as always, it's always an interesting chat to have Rob on the show.
He's
isn't it?
great value, and he's a great bloke.
He's such a cracker.
Such a great bloke. I always like having a chat with him.
Yeah.
It almost makes you want to have a chat with him without any particular subject in mind.
You know you're right.
Because the more off-road he goes, the better he gets.
Yeah. Yeah. He's better unscripted than he is scripted.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Totally have to agree.
And he's got such a wealth of knowledge as well.
Mm.
You know, particularly when it sort of comes to armor building. You know, as he mentioned, he's got tubs and tubs and tubs of accessories that, you know, who knows what's ever going to happen to all that sort of stuff. So,
Yes,
anyway,
I know the feeling.
well, don't we all have that? So, gosh. And also need to mention that the Model Box Hobby Shop opened, had their opening day just recently, and
Oh, it looks amazing,
we
that
had-
place, doesn't it?
we had-
like when we had, was it Rob we had on?
Yeah, Rob-
Rob when we had
Rob
him.
Booth.
Like he definitely wasn't talking BS. It's definitely an awesome looking setup.
oh, it sure is, and it's interesting. We got pictures of the opening day that have come
Which you
through
can
on
find,
Facebook.
which you can find on Facebook.
Yep. Just look for the Model Box. And it's as he sort of said, it's got a great setup there with tables at the front so you can sit and build. There's the traditional sort of model shop down the back there, which the shelves are starting to look very well stocked now. And
Spray booth set up,
Yeah.
little cafeteria section.
and you're even allowed to wear a cowboy hat inside as well. So being in Texas. Now, this surprised me. He has a large stand of a huge range of modelling magazines and also
Books.
reference books as well,
Yeah.
which was absolutely fantastic to see. So hats off and kudos for doing that. I think that's terrific to have that in your shop as well. So
Lockers.
yeah, the lockers, as he mentioned, there's lockers there that you can use to, so you don't have to track your model that you're building there backwards and forwards. You can just leave it there in the locker. Just such a fantastic concept, and you can tell the passion behind this project. And if I ever get to Texas, certainly on my radar to pop down and
definitely,
jump in and see it all. So terrific. Look, they even have car kits there, Julian.
What do you mean they even have car kits?
He's got car kits.
Oh, jeez.
No,
Anyway.
he's done really well.
He does.
Oh, look, they've even got real space kits there.
All right, you two.
All right, gents, let's bring this home. Ian.
All right, happy modelling, everyone, and see you in a couple of weeks.
And Julian.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, guys, thanks very much for listening. We'll be back in a fortnight.